Well, obviously disappointing news this morning. Russell suffered a lateral meniscus tear of his right knee and in his right knee, and we're certainly disappointed for him. The health of our players is always first and foremost. There's nothing more important than that. And fortunately, this is something that with a procedure, he'll be able to return to the court better than ever. We're confident in that. And, as he is disappointed, so is our team. Our team's disappointed for Russell. We know what kind of competitor he is, how much he wants to be out there. But it's a medical decision. And, our team as a whole, we've got a resilient group of guys, a lot of character within that locker room, and a group that enjoys playing together and has been through some adversities over the last several years that they've been together. So we'd expect them to adjust, come together, and have different guys step in and play well collectively. But clearly our thoughts are really with Russell and getting him healthy and back on the floor.
Sam, is it possible, depending upon how things go, that Russ could make it back before the end of the playoffs?
Well, it'd be premature for us, Randy, to look at return to play timetable until the procedure's actually taken place.
Sam, he continued to play after he hurt his knee. Did that affect the severity of the injury?
Well, obviously, at the time, the play occurred in the second quarter. He was in constant communication with their trainers. And honestly, the action itself was consistent with the bone bruise and was fine to play. He felt comfortable. Obviously, over the last couple of days, as we started to do more investigation based on his symptoms and things that he was communicating, and we consulted several people outside the organization as well to get as much information as possible. And ultimately this morning it became apparent that he was showing the symptoms that match up with the images that we got.
This team's always had confidence in everybody on the roster. Is this sort of a next man up mentality?
Well, yeah, as I said before, first and foremost, you're disappointed for Russell and the type of competitor that he is. But, this part of basketball, it's part of sports, it's part of, it's part of competition. And, we accept that. We don't necessarily, we don't enjoy that, but we accept it. Injuries are part of sports, and every team has to deal with them. And now, our team has to come together and make some adjustments. We got a heck of a group of guys in our uniform. We got a great coaching staff, and it's going to take everybody in the building to pull together as we go forward. And our focus is on Game 3.
I don't want to read into your comments, but it sounds kind of like you're indicating that he may have wanted to play through it, or is that what you're implying?
Well, I think we all know Russell, so he obviously wants to play. But at the end of the day, this was a medical decision. Once we were able to gather all the necessary information and everything, was accumulated, it was an easy decision for our medical team.
Has the medical team decided yet when the procedure will take place?
We're in the process of figuring that out right now. Obviously, once we came to the determination that this was the necessary course of action, we wanted to alert everybody and let you guys know and everybody know. And now we're working on next steps. And from this point forward, it's about getting him healthy and putting him in the best position to be successful.
Sam, how did Russell handle the news?
Well, I sound like a broken record here, but but I think we all know him. It's part of what makes him great. He's a competitive person. He takes a lot of pride in his performance and his profession, and of course he's disappointed. But I think he also recognizes that this is part of sports. This is part of sports. This is part of basketball. And as a team, we have to gather, and we have to go forward.
Sam, when you talk about the confidence you have in Reggie and the other guys now that will have to fill his role?
Sure. Obviously Reggie's someone that's really grown as the season's progressed, but it's certainly going to be more than one player. It's going to be a group of people. It's going to be a group of people in the building. It's going to be the guys on the floor. It's going to be the coaches, everybody. When you get something like this that comes about, like any other team, and we're no different. You need to adjust, and you need to figure out how to bring it together. And I'm confident in the guys that we have. I'm confident in our coaching staff. I've said that countless times, and the reason I am is because when we're encountered with a situation like this, that's why we prepare. That's why we do what we do, and we'll focus on Game 3.